Good morning, everybody. Tuesday morning. It's about 10 after 8 Eastern time, and I'm about a mile and a half from my customer, the Gerdau plant in Jackson, Michigan. Gonna try to get you some footage of that as I enter in, so it'll help you if you come here later. Pretty easy to get to, just got to make a right turn and then a left turn. And I've already been sent a pre-plan. I'll be picking up here at the same Gerdau plant. You know, I've delivered here many times, but I've never picked up a load here, so that'll be different. And the load delivers to somewhere in North Carolina. You know, this is going to be a lot like last week. In fact, the place I stopped last night was the same rest area there on I-69 in Indiana that I stayed at last week, last Monday night. Anyway, getting off here at exit 34. Then we're going to make a right turn on Highway 50. As you can see, it's kind of a misty, cloudy morning. In fact, it rained a lot yesterday evening and some this morning, but been very foggy, misty. Not the best vision for driving, that's for sure. Alright. Well, if I can ever get a chance to get out here, I'll get this load delivered. Alright. Okay, so now that we've made that turn onto 50 East, you'll see this railroad track coming up here. Just after you pass the railroad track, you'll see the Gerdau sign to the left, and that's where we're going to turn in. Take the first right. Get in here. It says bar shipping receiving. Turn right. Well, not that many trucks here at this point. Look at all these cranes out here in the grass. All right, so you got signs here now saying all, PPE required. So once I get up here to the stop sign and check in, I'll get all my, my boots, my shirt, my hard hat, get all that out. But you see up here at this big stop sign, they've got a phone number or the CB.
What you're doing, buddy?
Channel,
backed up right now.
Channel 16. So I'm going to call and see if I can get an answer. Come in, Gerdau. And there's a porta potty right there. Hey, you got Maverick truck 210316 incoming with a delivery, and then I also have an order to pick up.
You need to be on your trailer for the unload?
Negative.
Go ahead and head towards the scales.
Should I go ahead and take my chains off out here or do it inside?
You can do it inside.
Okay. 10-4. All right. Awesome. So, you can hear that hopefully. She said to come on up to the scale. So, I'm going to pull up here, get out of the way a little bit, and get my PPE on. I guess they're not busy at all because, I mean, normally there's other trucks here, but and they want you to take your chains off out here. But she said I could come on in, so they must not be very busy. Now you'll see up ahead too, there are a couple of platforms there where you can pull your truck in between there and get up on your trailer. But if you don't do that and you enter the yard, if you need to get on your trailer at that point, you have to put on a safety harness and get up on their rig and all of that stuff. So don't want to have to do that. That's why when I picked up this load, I told you to make sure you put your over center binders on the side where you can get them off without having to climb up on your trailer. So, all right, I'll get back to you in a minute. All right, guys, got my PPE on. Fixing to proceed up to the scale. I'm wondering if this facility, you know, Friday when I was up there getting this load, one of the Fort Smith guys, Maverick guys, told me that Gerdau was shut down for a couple of weeks for maintenance. You know, they do that every year. So I don't know if that means all their facilities or just the Fort Smith. But based on what I'm seeing here so far today, you know, I tend to think they might be shut down here somewhat, because usually there's several trucks here. I don't think
Sorry, didn't know you was here. You're good to go.
Oh, sorry. Still got the CB on. All right, so as you make this turn here, and you kind of go through the gate, you'll see the little red scale house, and it's got a traffic light on it, and it's got a green light right now, so that tells me it's okay for me to proceed in, because the inbound and the outbound traffic both have to come in and out of this scale right here. Well, I wish it would stop raining while I'm here, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. It's going to be a messy day. So basically I'm going to pull in here, park, and get out and walk up this little yellow walkway into this office. There's a sign that says driver's entrance. And I'll go in and check in with Cheryl. I recognize her voice. I've been here a few times. She's usually the one in here. And see what she wants me to do. All right, I'll get back to you. Okay, everybody, got checked in. This will be an interesting load. So if you've never been here before, once you check in, they come out and scan the bundles now, which is kind of a new process. Last time I was here, they were getting ready to start that, but hadn't yet. So there's a unload spot here to the left called loading zone 1, and then there's one to the right called loading zone 2. She told me to go over to loading zone 2, and I can just take all my securements off, and then I'll get unloaded here. And then she wants me, instead of just coming out the scale like I was mentioning earlier, she just wants me to drive around to the right and kind of circle back in on the scale, and she'll kind of check me in for my load, which probably is going to happen in one of those doors straight ahead there. She said I'm getting 2 sections of 12-foot bar, and it sounds like it's going to be shiny bar because it's got to have that that waxy paper under and over it, and a bulkhead built, and then straps and tarps. So sounds like that's what I'm getting, but it also sounds like she'll probably be able to get me loaded quicker than my 10 o'clock appointment, which is cool. All right, let me get out and unsecure this thing and get unloaded. All right, folks, gotten unloaded. I was gonna give you a little footage of that, but he got it all with one lift. And he got it off of my trailer before I even had my stuff put up. So, put myself back on yard mode. So what I'm gonna do now, like Cheryl said, is drive around this way. Normally I would turn left to loop back and go out the scale house, but she told me, since I'm picking up a load, to just come around this way and re-enter the scale, and we'll see about getting loaded. Just giving you a look at the place. Like I said, I've never picked up a load here before, so this will be a new experience for me. Sounds like it'll be a lot like, you know, picking up an indoor load at the Gerdau plant in Fort Smith. Sounds like shiny bar. 2 sections of 12 foot with a bulkhead and that heavy wax paper they use. You know, they'll put wax paper down over my timbers and under the product, and then wrap it over the top of the product, you know, once it's loaded. And then you know, like I said, got to build a bulkhead, and then it's all strapped. I'll have to use some of my 4-foot timbers to make this happen, because they're going to want 8 timbers down under the load, 4 on each section. Well, I don't know if I can make this turn. Let's see. I don't know. So I'll have to use some of my 4-foot boards to do that and build a bulkhead. Oh, it's gonna be close back there. Close, close, close. Ooh, close. Man, I had like a 1/4 of an inch of room. Woo. All right, so here we go again. You've seen this before. She's gonna scale me in empty, and then she said I have to watch some sort of a training video, and then we'll proceed from there. So let me do that and I'll get back to you. Okay guys, let me try to show you this before he starts loading. There's my loader over there starting to get my bundles, but I'm getting 2 sections of 12-foot bar, and they wanted me to have 4 timbers under each section. That's a lot of timbers for a 12-foot load of bar. Plus I had to build a bulkhead, so 24 feet total, 2 sections of 12. Got the bulkhead here, and you have to put this wax paper down under the load with the shiny side away from the product. So once he sets the product on there, then I'll have to put another layer turned the other way on top of the bar. And I got a belly wrap on the front and back of each 12-foot section, or laid out anyway, and then I'll put 2 more straps over the top of each section. So that's what we're looking at so far. More later. Okay guys, he's put 2 bundles on, and this front 4 is going to have, as you can see, 1 small bundle, so we decided to put it in the front so that the heavier part of the load is in the rear of the trailer. So we'll have 2 big bundles over here and then 4 big bundles in the back. And he's working on grabbing the next 2 bundles right now. And I had to put 2 blocks here. You know, the customer, he said the customer is the one that gave them instructions to have 4 boards, timbers under each 12-foot section, which seems a bit excessive to me, but that's what they want. And then they got to have blocks in between each bundle, and it said in my instructions that I'll be requested to help unload the bundles. So when I get there, I'll have to get up on the trailer and help put the straps or chains, whatever they're using, around the bundles. Probably straps. All right, more later. Okay folks, I've got this load secured. Let me show it to you. So remember, we got 2 sections of 12-foot bar. Got a belly wrap on the front and rear of each 12-foot section, and then 2 straps over the middle. And got the wax paper underneath the product and on top of the product with the bulkhead. So now I've got to tarp it. It's going to take 2 of my 4-foot steel tarps. So as you can see, it's very rainy out, so luckily my tarps are pretty good. All right, more on down the road. All right everybody, I've gotten my load tarped and checked out at the scale house. They even gave me a complimentary bottle of cold water. How about that? All right, so this load goes to Mooresville, North Carolina, close to where I went last week when I went to North Carolina. So this week is eerily the same as last week. Oh, the good thing about this load is that there was hardly anybody else here. You know, I might have seen 4 or 5 other trucks. So I didn't have any waiting time. They got me in earlier than my load appointment. I didn't have to wait to get unloaded, and then she sent me right back in to get loaded. Kind of a slow load. It took a while, and took a while to get it secured and tarped and all that, but I didn't have to wait for other trucks, so that's cool. No complaints at all. So it's about 11:30 Eastern time. So that's pretty good deal. My appointment to load was at 10. So I got out of there quicker than I would have. So to exit out of here, you just hang a left. You go out the same way you came in. And this delivery in Mooresville, North Carolina, I have a noon appointment tomorrow, which will be Wednesday. So I've got about 7 hours left on my clock for today. So I should be able to get, I'll drive as far as I can, but I should be able to at least get 6 hours of driving done. My GPS says that it's about 11 hours to get there. So if I can get 6.5 hours done today, that'll put me getting parked, before dark. and then I'll have 5 or so hours tomorrow, 5.5 hours tomorrow. Easily doable. So that's the plan. So now I'm gonna take a left and get on South 127. All right, guys, I'll show you the tarp load once I stop somewhere and do a load check. But that's it for now. Just gonna do a lot of driving. Now I gotta get through Ohio. Well, I gotta get out of Michigan first. Through Ohio, West Virginia, and into North Carolina. So let's go.